You're listening to the High Noon Podcast. Your host, Mason Smith.
All right, welcome to another episode of High Noon. Got my co-host, Nicholas Sapaglia, first-time guest from the Spooky Fun Time Podcast.
Hey!
Brent Reed.
Hello,
Reed.
friends.
Hello.
Fuck yeah, what's up, buddy?
What's up, guys? Thank you for having me.
Hell yeah,
Got-
Bill Hicks likes you.
Yeah, I'm
Thanks
sitting
for
next to
coming.
the most handsome co-host of High Noon.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, it's Bill Hicks.
Yeah, Bill Hicks is in shot today. So what's up, Billy?
Is he not normally in shot?
Sometimes.
No, it depends if somebody's okay with him being up there.
Just whatever he feels like.
Yeah. He'll be up there for as long as you let him.
Yeah.
For real, yeah, and if you give him kisses, then he'll really like you.
Ooh, like on the lips?
No, I'm the dick. He likes blood.
He really likes it if you smooch his butthole. Dude, my stepdad once told me, because I had a pit bull with my ex, and we went to stay with my mom and my stepdad, and my stepdad's really southern, and he goes, I just don't like dogs where their asshole shows. I don't trust a dog when its asshole just winks at you when it walks
because
by.
they cut the
'Cause
tail.
his tail's always up.
Oh, up.
And his asshole would just always be visible.
That's so funny.
I hate a dog when its asshole shows.
That's such a specific problem to have with dogs. That reminds me of an old man saying, I think Maverick McWilliams told me this one the other day. It was like, I'm luckier than a two-dick dog. Have you ever heard that one?
Yeah, Maverick's hilarious. He has the best sayings like that. I was in a bowling league with him, Tony, and our buddy Curtis. And man, it was so much fun. But he would say the funniest shit.
Dude,
Yeah,
Maverick's
yeah.
hilarious. Is the bowling league done?
Yeah, we're done.
Oh.
Yeah, we're done.
Did
Is
you
that just
do-
a seasonal thing, or did
I mean,
you
we
guys
could have
just
signed
decide
up
to stop?
we could have signed up for another one, but Curtis moved back to California, and honestly, I didn't feel like. I mean, Sean and I'm blanking of fucking. So Rogan Security invited us to join their
Oh.
league, so we went and did that. But it's out in Westlake, and it's like that's a drive, like every Monday, and you got to pay $25 every Monday.
And you don't have your own shoes or ball.
No, I just would rent I would just go because you get the rentals for free when you.
Yeah,
okay.
when
but
you're
it
on the
costs you
league-
$25.
$25, I would hope they.
But those
that
are
like
the,
in the
those are the
pot?
league dues, like.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, and it goes towards like it all goes towards like the winner, And
Yeah, yeah.
I think we got second to last place in the whole league.
So you're not good.
I mean, we're good, but I mean, like we were.
Everybody
as a
was-
team. Everybody else is phenomenal.
Yeah, fucking amazing.
dude, guys up there, their handicap's 9, which means like
what does that mean?
So I mean, like his handicap's 9, so that means his average is bowling a 291.
Gotcha.
And the highest score you can get is a 300.
Yeah, that's
So, I mean,
insane.
Yeah, so he's not
I can't even do that on...
he's not missing pins.
Me and my roommate Heath play it on the Switch, and I can't even do a 291 on a Nintendo Switch.
That's because Heath can't hold a real bowling ball.
Dude, he's so fucking good at the Switch bowling.
Oh man, that's great.
I saw a clip. I saw a reel the other day of a guy that taped his Wii controller to a baseball bat and was playing the home run derby game with
That's
it.
really funny.
And then he smashed like his window.
I'm
Hell
sure,
yeah, he
I'm
did.
sure that it just went flying off.
Every time I play one of
Seems
those
like a good
things,
idea.
every time I play one of those things, I put the little wrist strap on just in case. And
Oh,
I'm always
yeah.
like, this is gay and
You-
useless. I'm never gonna need
But
this. I always let go of it. It always like wraps around my arm. I'm like, thank God this would be into the TV.
And if it's
right
not your house, you have to put that on.
Yeah.
Like I'm not paying for this. If you had a switch here and we broke this, I'd be
Dude,
upset.
oh, don't even say it out loud.
You'd be bummed
no
out.
switches or Wii's are allowed in this house.
Yeah.
That's such a good target.
What about VR?
No, I don't even. I don't. That's devil's magic.
Devil magic.
Devil magic. VR is never entering in this house.
When we were on ketamine, we watched Sturgill Simpson music videos on this
Oh
TV.
yeah, I showed him Sound and Fury.
Oh yeah.
Dude. All right.
So how did you like that? Mason got you to come over and do ketamine with him?
Okay, so
Do you
here's-
like ketamine? Do you do it? Because I don't
that
do
was
it.
my
I'm fucked
first
with it.
time.
Okay.
Nick, so I've just been saying, so since I moved to Austin, I've just been saying yes to stuff.
Yeah. It's a
I just say yes to things. And it was in a controlled environment. I like Mason. I was like, sure, I've never tried it before. Let's give her a shot. Let's try ketamine. Here's my problem. I had a show at East Austin beforehand. I drank like 3 glasses of red wine.
But didn't tell. I didn't.
I
know
didn't
he had
tell
been
anybody. I
drinking.
didn't think about it being a thing. I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, sure, I'm winning Rome. I'll have some wine here.
I've been saying yes.
Just saying,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like I was just trying. I'm not like like Jim Carrey from Yes
Yeah,
Man.
yeah, you're
but
not
it is
doing
just
heroin.
like I do think about it sometimes. I'm like, okay, well, this is in a controlled environment. I just didn't think about it not meshing with the wine.
Right.
Yeah.
And then,
But you wouldn't. Why would you? You didn't know that. That's not a thing.
And I
You're like cocaine and booze go together fine.
Surely.
Yeah, and I threw up in Mason's bathroom and was so confused. I don't know if you've ever
missed the toilet, didn't you?
Yeah,
right. He told me about it.
Oh my God. I didn't think the toilet was real. I thought it was an illusion.
Like when I went into the bathroom,
It was bright red.
I forgot how bathrooms worked. Like I remember walking to the toilet, walking to the sink, and being like, "Nope," and then just throwing up in the floor. And then afterwards, I was like, "Oh, I fucked up," and then couldn't word it because I was so fucked up still.
Yeah.
I would like to give it another shot, but that was like a bad.
Yeah, we'll give it another. We can do another. We'll
But it was
We'll
my
definitely
fault.
do it again.
Just throwing up.
and
Yeah.
also-
And then eating spaghetti. It just looked like it.
It looked like a fucking horror scene, and he was gone for 10 minutes before I knew what had happened.
That's so funny.
Because Jordan was helping, like,
I was just in there
hang out,
staring at it, like.
and
I've
Jordan
fucked
goes,
up.
"Maybe you should go check on him," and I'm like, "No."
Well, at that point, you're like, what is time?
Well, yeah, 'cause I was did it right. I hadn't been drinking. I was just
Yeah.
enjoying it. And I remember just looking over too at one point, and JT's holding on to his head, going, "I don't like it. I don't like it. Make it stop."
That's so funny.
I didn't mind it. It was just but when I got sick, that sucked.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's never good.
Yeah, I fucked
But
up.
that'll I learned that lesson. Everyone figures that out on your own.
That'll be the last time I do that.
I did
Yeah.
it one time and never again. Like,
I wonder
Did you
how.
throw up.
No, what happened? I went to a music festival. We got there on Thursday. Got there a day early. It was the first night, so they had like this one stage lit up, pop up, and they're like dancing and stuff. And my neighbors were like, "Oh yeah, we were all like taking drugs and shit." And like I already popped a Molly and I've been drinking, so I'm like, "Yeah, cool." My buddy's like, "Oh, you want to take a bump?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure." And I take a bump in each nostril, and then I'm like, "Oh, thanks for the coke." He's like, "Oh, it's ketamine,"
yeah.
and I was like, "Oh shit!" And so I walk off and go to the festival, get up in this like. I climb a ladder to get up on this balcony in this favela, and then I'm sitting there, and then all of a sudden I just wake up in the corner of the favela, like in the back, and there's people standing on the balcony. There's people all around me.
Yeah, they're just like, "He's in a K-hole. He'll be all right."
Yeah, there's people all around me, and I'm
Do you think
passed
people
out.
know? Is it like a
More-
normal thing? It's
usually,
a pretty
yeah.
common.
Probably. I mean,
Yeah.
this was a hippie festival, you know.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
it's
it's
like-
pretty
yeah.
common.
Yeah, so I'm just like sleep. I'm like, and I wake up and I have no idea how long I've been passed out sleeping, like in the corner, and I don't remember anything. It was just black. So I just like wake up and I'm like kind of woozy, and I have to like climb down this ladder. And I just like walk back to my camp, and they had like docks over like because it was like right by a big lake, and so they had like the delta or the inlets, you know. So they just had docks going across, so you wouldn't have to walk all the way around like the cove. And I just remember walking on the dock going, oh, like I just remember like stumbling like back and forth, and it's moving. So I'm like, just don't fall, just don't fall in the water, just don't fall in the water, you'll drown. Like
Like, wait a minute, I thought this was a dock. Why is it moving?
yeah,
Must
well, I mean,
be
it was
the chem-
already
must be the
already
ketamine.
moving because it was a floating dock.
Right.
So
But
it was
when,
like-
when I
I
heard
was-
dock, I'm like, yeah, dock,
Dude.
like it's stationary.
no, it was a
That's
floating
insane.
dock.
That's
just
kind of
going
a
that'd
neat
be-
straight.
that'd
trick
be
to do
so
to people
scary.
on drugs.
Yeah, it was kind of fucked
They're
up.
like, it's
yeah.
a dock, but it's floating, so
Yeah.
good luck.
Yeah.
And trust me, people fell off of it throughout
I
the weekend.
bet.
It was
Probably
funny.
people more sober than you. You did a good job.
Yeah,
That's
and I made
fucking
it back to the
scary.
tent, and I slept. And literally, I think I was in bed the first night. Luckily, the festival didn't officially start till the next day, but they allowed early entry if you bought like the certain camping pass.
Was that in California? Do you remember what the name of the festival was?
Yeah, it was Lightning in a Bottle,
Okay.
which was
I never did much of the West Coast festival.
which was it was an awesome festival when I went. But then what happened was COVID. Doolab runs it, and I don't really fuck with them anymore for what they did to like. So when 2020 Lightning in a Bottle was going to happen, everybody the year before had already bought their tickets, gotten ready. Then the COVID happened. They shut everything down, and they canceled the festival and didn't refund anybody.
Oh,
Damn.
And then
cocksuckers.
they tried to throw like a virtual festival where they'd have like
Oh, that's
Oh,
stupid.
that sucks.
no,
That's gay.
but here's the thing though. They tried to throw like a virtual festival and got all these people to like build this virtual festival for everyone. And then like they were bragging about on their Instagram like how they didn't have to pay for any of these people. All these people came and did like the virtual building, like the 3D models and like all just the tech work for free. And then so people in the comments were like, so what you're saying is we paid for a festival that you didn't refund us our money for because you're not putting it on, and then you're putting on a virtual festival that you didn't pay for with our money. Like give us our
Yeah.
fucking money
Yeah,
back.
what the fuck?
And a bunch
I
of
hope
people
no
trying to
one
keep
even.
the
I
money.
hope no one
So,
watched
like,
it.
so I was like, I'll never go back to like another Doolab thing.
During the pandemic, I watched a Animal Crossing comedy show. You know, they were doing a lot of the Zoom ones, but there was one that this Jenny Yang girl in New York was running, and she like built comedy club in the basement of her house on Animal Crossing. I saw Adam Conover headline it.
Oh,
I don't know
that's funny.
what is Animal
It's a
Crossing.
video game.
It's a oh, you don't
I
even
didn't-
know? So it's
yeah.
it's a video game on the Switch. It was on Nintendo, and it's cute, and you make a house. It's a lot of people played it during
It's
the
like
pandemic.
farming.
Chloe loves
Yes.
it.
Okay.
Farming,
My grandma
like
loves that
fishing.
game.
It's adorable. You got little animal neighbors, but you can make your house. I had a wrestling ring and lava floor in my living room when I played it during the pandemic. So you can make your house like whatever the fuck you want. And she built.
Can you look that up?
It's like
Animal
a cute.
Crossing?
It's like a cuter version of The Sims.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then she made a comedy club in her basement, and it was just a Zoom comedy show. Did you guys ever watch or have to do any of those?
I refuse
watched
to do
one.
them.
I did a couple corporates.
I didn't do any, but I
Yeah, but
watched
that's
one.
different. You got paid for that.
Yeah, I got paid to do a couple.
Yeah, people in Boston were doing Zoom
Like
open
open mics,
mics.
fuck
Yeah.
that. No. But yeah, absolutely fuck that.
Yeah.
I just my favorite part about that was like because I watched a few of them that my
Okay.
friends were on, but I would like click on the people's that were like in like make their video screen larger and look at their face and just watch
Got
their
it.
faces while people were bombing.
Maybe look up Animal Crossing stand-up comedy and see if you can find the videos of that show because it was pretty crazy. So it was just a Zoom show, but instead of just watching this person sit at their computer or stand in their living room or whatever, you watch their little avatar actually perform stand-up. Yeah, it's this.
That's almost more doable
Yeah, they were in the new. Yeah.
because you're like almost watching a special.
Yeah, and then it would actually like
Is that-
move.
that's-
Oh, that's
yeah,
her. Yeah,
Jenny
Jenny Yang.
yes.
Shout out Jenny Yang. That's hilarious. That's better
Yeah.
than the Zoom ones.
Yeah.
Although
yeah.
my
It
friend,
was fun to watch.
although my friend Taylor, he's moving here at June 1st. Can we turn this volume off?
Yeah.
I need to hear this.
Yeah, that's, I
Come
got
on.
it. I get
we
it.
get
I
it.
get
Yeah. My
It's
friend
fucking
my
still
friend-
dumb.
My friend,
Mason's mad.
yeah, come on, bro. You got the
Oh yeah, look at that.
got the zoom in.
That's
You can see
good.
it, just see the image all pixelated. Perfect. But what I was saying is my friend, very funny comedian, is moving here. He'll be here June 1st, actually. Taylor Evans. I remember watching him do Zoom comedy shows, which was hilarious because everyone's on their laptop at their house at a desk, and he had it on his phone, like on an app, and he's walking around selfie video and like a Instagram influencer, like walking around his backyard. He's got a potbelly pig and shit, and he's like, yeah, he's just doing his jokes, walking around his house. Like I think
Is
I
he
saw.
bringing
great.
the pig with him?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that'd be so cool to let Bill meet a pig.
I think it was good, especially towards the end of those shows, to do something weird. I saw this Jen Snyder do her set from a bathtub, and that was really funny.
But with just bubbles over her
yeah,
titties.
yep.
That's so funny. Yeah, it was funny. It was really. I think I saw him do it when he was walking around in public one time. Like he was in a grocery store,
See, that's fun. Why
like
the fuck
doing his
not?
like that was really fun. But to see someone like sitting at their desk,
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember during when Legion of Skanks was having to do only Zoom pods, and they had to teach Rich Voss and a couple of the older comics how to even do that. And one time Rich Voss gets on, and he's like, "What? I got it. It's on." And they're like, "Rich, it's not even turned towards you." And he's like, "I don't know what the fuck you want me to do." And he's literally it's on his phone.
Yeah.
Never once held it still. It was just him talking, and the phone was just everywhere.
that's so
I feel like
funny.
that's who I'm gonna be with TikTok. Just like
I don't
not,
even have
not
to-
having a goddamn clue.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like that now.
Yeah, Mason's the worst.
Yeah, you're the worst at promoting yourself.
Well, no, I post stuff
Yeah.
but so I got to
But
pay
learning.
somebody to make the clips for
Learning.
me.
Yeah, it's
He just showed me how to do AI clips.
Yeah, last night I found a little.
That's pretty cool.
I found a.
It's gonna put you
I
out
found
of
a good
work.
Website to just. I mean, they're not. They're generic.
Yeah, but you put the timestamps in.
Nope. You just upload the video and it processes it, and then it shows you. All right, we made 38 clips.
It was,
Yo!
dude. It was,
I love
and it was like it was fat. Boom! All of a sudden, clips. Now they weren't like.
They weren't great, and you can go in. You can't, like I said, they're generic. They're not the best, but you can go in and change a couple settings, like if you had multicam or anything like that. You could also change, like they'll clip it up and put it, but you can also extend the time limit of how long. Where, like, if it's like, oh, they started it too soon, change it and start it where the funny part should start, and then end it where the funny part should end.
Yeah.
You know? So I did it with some. I did it with my comedy clips. the one I posted today.
I'll check it out. That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I also didn't know you. I've seen you on stage. I didn't know you were smart in real life.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Your material is very smart, but it's wild to just see that you're good at two things. Obviously, I didn't know you were a video nerd.
He's the first.
I'm
person.
learning. I'm trying. I'm getting
Yeah.
into it. Because I mean, we got a lot of. I got some life changes coming up where I'm gonna be stuck at home. So I've
right. So you're trying to like be efficient.
I'm trying to be efficient while I'm there. I bought all of my own equipment. We've had some struggles with our scheduling with Nick, and instead of like just holding off or paying to do somewhere else's, we've been starting to do solo pods just at the house. So we get better at just podding together, help people get to know us more, build the brand, because a lot of these episodes have just strictly been guests,
Yeah.
And then just trying to learn as much as I can and get it together. Because I mean, I'd like to make. I wouldn't mind making maybe like a little something about comedy or funny sketches at some point. Just get to learn. And my little brother's an incredible videographer. He started just with a camera and YouTube and filming his buddies BMXing and stuff like that because he'd like to BMX and he wasn't as good as his friends, but his friends were
good at.
So he would just go with them and film all of them, and like a lot of the videos that he filmed and edited and put together like got some of his friends like real big sponsorships.
Yo,
and stuff,
that's fucking sick.
and biking.
So do you get to ask him questions and shit?
Yeah, so I'll send him questions all the time, or like, hey, what do I do with this?
Are you turning it down?
I'm tired of hearing it.
It's freezing.
Tired of feeling
You
it.
said that, like,
65, but it's technically it's 67.
What's fucked up is it'll be winter here, and it's still
In the hills still.
still.
I appreciate
the AC's still on. And I'm like, it's 50 degrees outside. It's hot in here.
Well, here's my problem. The landlord refuses to fix our screens on the outsides of on the windows for the exterior, so you can't open windows. It's too buggy.
Do you have the
fuck?
frames?
They don't. I tried to fit me and Chad. And Chad's a fucking professional carpenter. When we couldn't make them work, and then we were like, "We need you to fit us. We need new screens because the house shifts depending on the season. So like that's why our doors don't always work
And the
right.
cracks in
Right.
the wall.
Yeah.
You got a foundation issue.
Yeah, I mean our porch is separated from the house.
It's amorphous.
Yeah. And then, dude, you know what? She's never going to listen to this. I told my landlord, I go, hey, I'll show it to you when we're done. The steps have separated around the whole perimeter outside. And you know what she told me? She goes, oh, it's supposed to move with the seasons. And I'm like, so you're telling me that my stairs come summer are going to suck back into the house? And she was like, yes.
Have they?
No, that is not true.
It would be really funny if it really did happen. She's like,
If it did, I would apologize.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But
There's no
no
way. I
No.
mean, it's already. Sorry, Bill. I'm strangling
Well,
Bill.
to be fair, this has definitely got foundation issues.
Yeah, so we're
Yeah, you
on
shouldn't shift that much.
because we're on it, dude. I'm waiting for the day I come out and the wall separates from the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if that
You'll
can
have to
happen,
move.
but like
Oh,
that
okay.
money.
Yeah, you could come out one day and it's just like this whole half of the house is.
hopefully I move out before that happens.
That's
but-
crazy that your house is moving that much. You could almost do a time lapse of your
Oh,
house just like
100%.
shifting.
Yeah, because we're on. So if you looked at our backyard, so our driveway, that slant, that continues out back too.
Yeah.
Because this whole thing was all built on a hill, and it's kind of swampy. So when it rains, all that rain is washing all out whatever concrete we do have down there. That's why the whole fucking
Erosion.
thing moves.
Erosion's
this is a
some
really
bitch.
hilly area that they should
Yeah.
have just like built better on.
Well, and then
or
you
not
got
built
these,
on.
but then you got these beautiful fucking homes that they're building. Gentrifying it,
Yeah. That's
Which-
why they're building them higher up on the.
and they're built way fucking nicer.
Oh yeah.
Like they're using steel beams. When I did that welding video, when I was bugging those Mexicans,
Yeah.
yeah,
Jet fuel melts steel beams.
it does. 9/11,
Never forget.
never forget. I've been seeing a lot of resurfacing videos of that for some reason.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, it's in a few months. What's it gonna be? No.
We're a while away from September, aren't we? What
three
month are we in?
months. I mean, May. We're
In
just about May.
Crazy. We're almost halfway through the year. He stays friends with his exes.
A lot of them. That's good.
no, I'm friends
Because
with.
he's always like, well, what did I do wrong? Instead of fuck
No.
them. He's always trying to
Yeah.
be
You gotta be,
internal.
you always got to be reflective. Just in
I think it
life.
is good to improve yourself after a relationship.
Yeah, Mason wouldn't know anything about that.
My ex-wife and I are still very much
Yeah,
in
they're
love.
still friends. I would say in friends.
She's
Mason's
my
in-
girlfriend.
I met her. She's a nice lady.
Yeah, she's my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Your ex-wife is your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's some white trash.
She doesn't
shit.
know that. Like she don't know that.
Was that Mitch Hedberg joke? I don't have a girlfriend. I just
I
know
know
someone who would be real mad if they heard me say that.
Such a good joke. Dude.
He's been popping up in my feed a lot.
Yeah.
lately.
No,
great.
yeah, I mean, no, trust me, like, I mean, I probably talked to maybe 3. Or no, I've never talked to 2. And I'm still like on good terms with like 3 of them. And then the thing is though too is I'm also like I was single for a very very long time. Like it just was single, and I had sex with a lot of my friends that were female.
Yeah.
So I have friends that I've had sex with, and
Yeah.
and like we're still friends, and like
That's dope.
you know, and like
That sounds real
there's
neat.
nothing like I mean we lived in Fresno. There's nothing to do.
Right.
Except for fuck.
Except for
You
fuck.
either do drug, you
fucking
do
and hanging out.
yeah, you fucking party and hook
Yeah.
up. That's all there was
Makes
to do in
sense.
Fresno. Life's not going anywhere.
What's the
for you.
population of Fresno?
I think like a mil, maybe. Like surrounding areas, including the surrounding areas, close to a mil. Now.
Yeah, because it seems like Fresno. When I hear Fresno, I had heard of that,
Fred Joe.
and it just seems like
That's the city, but then the surrounding areas that are still like the county, I think it's closer.
it seems like there should be more stuff to do there than what you've told me. Like I can't believe there's not a bunch of like at least 1 or 2 legit clubs
yeah.
there.
See, 1 million Fresno County. No, there's not even like there's no comedy clubs.
Someone should open one there.
I know they're going to. They're working on it. A buddy of mine, I think, is working on one, opening his own, and I believe Laugh Factory has put in a club
Nice.
there
That's
now.
cool.
But I think the Laugh Factory, at least in the article that they said when they were going to do it, they said they're going to put a 400 to 600 seater in there, and it's like Fresno's not that big.
Yeah.
You need to put a 200 seater in there, and you
Yeah.
could sell. Fresno could sell out a 200 seater most of the nights, but
and then maybe
they'll-
even have a small 80-seat room or something.
Well, yeah, something like that. But I highly doubt that Laugh Factory will be able to sell out 600.
Yeah.
I mean, Rogan's Club's only 250 and 120.
yeah.
Right.
You know what
And
I
it-
mean?
and
Like,
And people
it
are coming
sells
from
out.
all over the world to go to that motherfucker.
Yeah, people. That's like a destination now.
Yeah.
oh no, it totally is. People come like it sucks too because sometimes we throw people out and they're like, we came here just for
We
this."
came here from London.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, well, you shouldn't have fucking.
Yeah. You should have been nice.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should've been
This
cool.
is welcome to America, motherfucker.
I mean, it's not all. I mean, it's more Americans than it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
foreigners, You know.
Oh, so after I talk to people about their physical fears,
Oh yeah.
that's okay. I talk about their like existentially what they're afraid of, like being alone, and should just try to get them to tell stories about times in their lives when they were scared, like if they have ever been held at gunpoint, like any stories they have. And then at the end, I always ask. At some point, I ask if you're religious because that matters. I feel like for like stuff you're scared of. Because if you don't believe in anything. If you don't believe in God, you're probably not going to believe in ghosts either. Or it's always interesting, too, if people do believe in God but don't believe in ghosts, or the opposite,
Right.
they don't believe in God but they do. It's just interesting to me. I don't believe
Yeah,
in
that's a
shit
really
that's
cool
fun.
idea.
And at the end, I ask if they're afraid to die.
Nice.
And
That's my
and
number
I
one.
also get their reactions to that question. Like it is a bummer for a last question, but a lot of the times the podcast ends with us just riffing how crazy it is to ask that question last. Because then they're like, "Fuck, I gotta drive home now."
Yeah, alone, like that's really funny. I like that.
Yeah. It's been fun. I got 3 episodes out. I've been keeping them at like 45 minutes long. The Brian Simpson episode's like an hour and a minute or something.
Nice.
Yeah. Sometimes we have 40. We try and keep them at an hour, but sometimes we have 45-minute episodes. Sometimes we have hour and a half episodes.
Yeah.
Our solo
so-
ones are a little shorter than.
Yeah.
than
Yeah,
the
just
guest
you
ones.
two. You said you've been doing
Yeah.
more of those.
We just started because like Nick's been.
We've done like 4.
Nick, our producer does some really good PA work and stuff. Sometimes he gets gigs that he can't turn down because we all got to pay the bills.
Right.
So-
Right.
He's an actor.
I think that's okay. I like
I just
listening-
lucked out because I sold my house in California.
Yeah.
And I have like adult money now.
Big money.
So
Oprah
it's
money.
nice. No,
I didn't know you owned a house in California.
I did. But
That's dope.
I was renting it out for like the first 2 years I lived here.
Dude, I feel like I need you to give me financial advice. I'm
I'll
so
help you
bad.
out. I know some stuff. I'm not an expert, but I can at least tell you what I know.
Yeah.
Most of
Help
most of my liquid finances are in cash.
Yeah.
Another reason you should try and definitely get a radio gig is because if you become a popular DJ on the radio, then your following's only
That's
gonna
where
build.
that's kind of what I was in like a very small scale when I started doing stand-up comedy. I was the radio DJ for this like small college
Yeah.
town, and people knew who I was, and I could like shout out the like open mics I was doing on the radio, and I would.
funny.
And
Come
then
check me out.
Yeah,
Doing
yeah.
3 minutes at the. Where would you be at?
at 2nd and 13 or Singing River Brewery. Or I hosted one open mic at Stagger Lee's. It was a biker bar in Tuscumbia, and this biker dude named Rooster threatened to kill me.
Would you?
He had a mohawk.
You gotta be wild. You gotta be careful with bikers. My stepdad was one, and it was like,
Yeah, oh, they're for real. Yeah,
Oh,
it was
no.
fucked up because I was hosting this mic. It was like, dude, so much cigarette smoke in this place, and everybody there hated me because I was like hair spiked up, like cleanly shaven, just like glasses, like a, just a
Looked
cartoon,
like you had a
not a
Game Boy
real.
in your pocket.
Yeah, I have a custom Game Boy in my pocket, and. Yeah, they fucking hated me. But there was this one time I was like riffing, I was doing good, and like this dude came in, he had a white beard and like orange pants. I was like, you look like Santa if he got arrested for stealing toys or whatever. You look like you got arrested for breaking into people's houses and stealing their toys. He was like, I did just get out of jail.
the bright pants.
Yeah, the bright orange. His name was
realized those are county pants.
Yeah, his name was Dale. He had literally just gotten out of jail. I made him laugh when he walked in. It was cool. But then this dude that didn't know me came in and heard me like joking on Dale, and he was like, "Oh, he's disrespecting."
He's like, nobody
us."
talks to Dale like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, it's
And he was
wild.
about to fucking kill me. And luckily, my buddy, one of my best friends, Miles, happened to be friends with Rooster's like now dead brother. And he saw Miles. And he was like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing here?" And Miles was like, "Oh, I'm a comedian." He was like, "Do you know that dead motherfucker?" and Miles was like, "Yeah, I do actually. He's a good friend of mine. Please don't hurt him." And he's like, and he's like, "Okay." Gotcha. And he ended up signing up and doing like a street joke. And I was like, give it up for Rooster for that very, I was like, that original material that he wrote. And Miles was like, dude, what the fuck? I just saved you from dying.
Yeah.
And I'm like doubling it, but he didn't notice, luckily.
Yeah, he probably didn't. He was probably going,
I
yeah,
was
that
like,
was
man, that's
really
so
good.
impressive that he wrote that joke.
That was so good. He thought I wrote it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like one of those Thibodeau and Boudreaux jokes. Do you know those? I can't name one, but they're like, it's one of those little Jimmy, it's like two Cajun dudes.
Oh, okay. Like walking to a bar type thing.
Yeah, walk into a bar situation, but it's Thibodeau and Boudreaux.
Yeah, my
Okay.
stepdad loved dark shit. He was a biker. When I was like 13, he's like, "Oh yeah, I joined a motorcycle club." And you're like, "Oh," and as a kid, like 13, you're like, "It's cool." And then then you realize like as we were growing up and getting older, and my dad was still in his club, it's like then you realize like, "Oh, you joined that motorcycle club," and we stopped going on family vacations. And then as you grow older, you're like, "Oh, these guys aren't cool. These guys are just pieces of shit that ride
these guys are-
motorcycles."
Did he look like a biker in
Oh
hindsight?
yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like
Yeah.
he was a hard because like my whole life until he joined that club, he just rode motorcycles and would do motorcycle stuff. But he was sleeved from all the way up. That's why I have so many tattoos because
Yeah.
it's just like I've known since like I was little that I'll be covered.
Yeah.
Because just
Yeah,
growing up with him, kind of thing.
I pretty much decided at like 10.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm getting tattoos.
I have zero, and I like them. I like them on women. I've just never like settled on an idea or had like I've never had a good idea and money at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's my biggest holdup is
Yeah.
the money part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the ideas, just no money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to finish my leg. I have the money to do it, but I also don't want to just go spend. I want to wait till because that's just money that needs to be set aside, But I'm just like, when I start making money, like this leg will be finished. I'll probably start doing this arm next, and then I don't know if I ever get like real fuck you money. It'll be like neck down.
Like Shane Smith. Is that his name? That's the Shane Smith, right?
Yeah, the guy with like tattoos on his
Yeah,
face.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put tattoos
That's
on
too
my
much.
face.
That's a bit much, I feel.
Yeah.
Especially in comedy, because people are just like, "What's that say on his face?" Instead of you like thinking about. Can you Google Shane Smith? He's fucking
Yeah, I could see you with your whole body tattooed.
dude. I can hear
Nicholas.
Bill over there with his congested ass nose.
This is good time. Does he just do this all
Maybe
the time?
was I wrong about his
I
name?
don't think. That
Yeah.
guy.
Oh, there he is. Second one.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
bit much.
Yeah, a bit much.
Yeah, that's like someone. Like
And
he
he's
didn't-
funny too.
He
Yeah,
didn't
he's very
decide to
funny.
do it. Would be wild, Nicholas, if you did that after you started doing like you're just like, this is how I want to look. This guy had like a dark past, and then now
Yeah, he
started
was a gang
stand-up comedy.
member, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah.
and now
Yeah.
he looks like that. It would be so funny if like you're
just like when got super like did the Post Malone started getting famous and being like, all right, cool.
now I'm who I am.
Yeah.
Hey, is it true?
Don't unmute. You can't unmute that shit. So
Is the new Deadpool with Wolverine? Is it Hugh Jackman again?
Yeah, it is.
It is because
Yeah.
I saw. Okay, so it was fake what I saw. I don't want to see his stand up.
yeah, no, don't.
I just want that is funny.
Yeah, no, he's a very funny guy, but
But I saw a thing just in my Instagram that obviously now I know it's fake, but that Daniel Radcliffe was going to be the new Wolverine.
That was rumored.
It's rumored for like future movies, like with the like the actual like bringing X-Men into the MCU.
Okay.
Like bringing it into like the Avengers universe and all that.
Yeah.
That's rumored, but no, they got yeah. They just dropped the trailer for it today.
I watched it this morning.
I watched it 3 times. It was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. I watched it several times. I was big on the X-Men movies. I mean, there's some farts in there, but there's some also real good ones.
Yeah, there were some really
dude, I
good
love
ones.
a good fart.
Yeah, I know you do, buddy.
I think First Class is like my favorite one.
Really?
First Class is great.
You didn't like
that
Origins?
Was well, that was the first good. Origins is so bad.
Origins is the one I liked.
Wolverine Origins?
Like when he chops the dude's head off?
Yeah, and then
That's
like
not even,
they literally sewed Deadpool's mouth shut and he wasn't actually Deadpool and we didn't even know that we were going to get a real Deadpool movie and they just fucked Deadpool
Oh,
up.
I hadn't seen it in a long time.
Yeah,
I just remember I saw it in the theater
because Ryan Reynolds was
Yeah,
Ryan
Reynolds was Gambit too, I thought, wasn't he?
Ryan Reynolds
No.
never. No, he was Deadpool. He was the original.
Gambit was Taylor
he was
Kitsch.
Yeah, and then they had Channing Tatum he was locked into playing like a Gambit movie, but it didn't work out.
I think it's still in the work. Like,
That would have been cool. He's from Alabama, Channing Tatum.
So yeah.
Oh, he just did everything he could to get rid of the accent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the Deadpool we all
Can I
wanted.
see that still picture right there? Of the Wolverine though?
Oh, the Wolverine and
Yellow, he's got the yellow outfit.
Yellow.
So that's new. That's what it is now.
That's the movie that's
I
coming out.
love that he went back to the yellow outfit.
Yeah. And they showed him without sleeves too.
Cool.
They may have CGI'd him naked arms or something.
Wait, did he not get jacked again?
Oh no, he's very jacked.
I heard he has like skin cancer or something.
Oh, maybe.
What's the thing, by the way?
he's still a very fit human being.
Do you guys know about the thing with Bruce Willis and not being, he's like losing his voice or something?
No,
Yeah.
he's got a neurological disorder.
So,
that's
like-
going on.
like
He's
meaning-
done. He's done.
Like can't walk, can't talk.
He's gonna have trouble talking.
He's gonna have trouble talking, remembering things. Like he's done. Like that.
So is he gonna slowly die?
Yes.
Just like a shitty fucking.
like everybody,
Yeah.
of
So-
course.
No,
that's the
I'm talking
bad
about
guy.
the
That's-
fucking disease.
That's Deadpool in that movie you're talking about.
Okay, that's the X-Men one.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
X-Men.
X-Men
That's
Origins.
Wolverine Origins.
Okay.
X-Men, X-Men Origins Wolverine.
No, Wolverine. Ah, fuck. I'm messing it up. You know,
Yeah.
I think the Origin's the ones where he's in Japan.
No, that one's just called
Origins is the
Wolverine.
one-
Oh, is that
Then
one?
that-
Yeah.
Or
That one.
the Wolverine.
The
I had a
Wolverine.
poster
Which
for
one's
that.
the one where he's a logger in Alaska?
Logan, right?
No.
Or a logger.
We're so dumb. The Marvel
No,
fans are getting.
I know.
Remember he lives at the cabin?
That-
and
the
he's-
or-
Google Wolverine
when it
movies
shows his-
in like consecutive order. X-Men movies.
That's
in
X-Men
consecutive-
Origins Wolverine. That's
Okay.
where. So the order that the movies came out, it was X-Men, X2. Then they did X-Men Origins Wolverine because X2 went into his origin story. Then they did X3 The Last Stand, dog shit. So then, then they took a
Last Stand
break.
sucked.
They did X-Men First Class was the first reboot that was dope.
Decent, yeah.
Yeah, and
I love
That's
all
the
those.
time
and then
movies.
Days of
traveling.
Future Past. No, Days of
Granted,
Future Past.
Days of Future Past. Days of Future Past sucked.
I like Days of Future Past.
It just sucked because what they did with the villain. Like it was just
yeah, with
it-
with Trask, with Peter
no.
Dinklage.
no.
Who was the bad guy for
It's
Days?
Apocalypse.
You're right.
They could have made him so much better, dude. He looks like shit.
Wait, Days of Future Past is the big
The
robots.
time traveling
Oh,
one.
you're right. Yeah,
and
I'm thinking
it's-
of Apocalypse.
And
that
it's
one
Peter
sucked.
Dinklage.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
Apocalypse
right.
sucked dick.
Yeah.
There's
of Future
That's what
Past
I'm
is-
saying. There's
so many. I'm so confused
There's
right
so
now.
many, and they don't have the continuity. They don't have the continuity that the Marvel Universe has.
No.
So they're just all over the place. There's like two good
Oh,
ones.
here we go. X-Men.
Yeah,
X-Men
so
2,
okay,
X-Men
so this is
Last
what I said:
Stand.
X-Men, X2, The Last Stand, Origins Wolverine.
I did like Origins Wolverine. The Wolverine
is the
was
one where he
like-
goes to Japan. Logan is the where he dies.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
So these aren't in order that they were released, even. But then
No,
you
not released. It's the order that like the timeline.
Yeah.
This is the timeline.
Yeah, timeline. Yeah, this is the
And
so
which-
then
That's the one. Is that the one where he's in the woods when he's a logger?
yes,
That's
Yes,
the
that
one.
yeah,
one-
and that
that one
also
is
shows
cool.
him with the bone claws. No,
Yeah.
That's when that one is one of the coolest.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
'cause-
go through and watch
But that
all
one
these again.
sucks.
I haven't seen.
dude.
See, I like the one.
Nah,
I
dude.
like the one where
I like the
they
Wolverine.
fixed his bone claws into metal.
Because that's where they put him into like I just like that because that's where they actually show
Yeah.
like,
Why
him
he's
going-
got that.
A lot of
Yeah.
comic book fans just hate that one because of like what they did with like Deadpool and shit.
Yeah,
they kind of
that's the reason why everyone hated it. But I
Yeah.
mean, like the actual storyline of it, that's the
You're
one. That's
right.
the
And the
storyline you
video
really
game-
want, and that's
You're
the storyline you want. Like you don't give a fuck.
Are there
really about
more
the
of
X-Men.
these?
You want because if you go back and watch, I remember if you go back and watch X-Men, it's so pathetic. Like blood wise, he's fucking these dudes up and no blood. Like he
Well, because it was PG, right?
PG-13,
yeah.
but.
He also wasn't as buff in that first one.
No, he's like, yeah, no, it was like before like steroids became a thing in Hollywood.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
like,
but
no, you gotta be.
X2 might be like my favorite. X2
X2?
was really good. That was where they had Nightcrawler and then Iceman's first appearance. And
You know,
shit.
I was really bummed that they never brought Morph into it.
Yeah, he was
Like
big
that
in
whole storyline,
X-Men
if they did-
'97.
I'm up to date on that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been watching that. I got the X-Men '97 X-wing Lego. I built that. So
Yeah,
sick.
you did.
Yeah, I did, dude.
Hell yeah.
Do I
That's
specific-
crazy that you have a lady that likes you.
Dude, I know.
Well, she's really autistic.
Oh, that makes sense.
She's high functioning. She's sensory.
You let her suck
autistic.
on your Legos while you're.
Oh God, no, dude. Those are sacred. But she likes Legos. She games
I'm sure
and
she's a
stuff,
She hates
and-
loud noises,
Yeah.
which so do I.
I know. We if you go back, everyone knows. You can go back and watch. You can watch the test itself. Just look on our YouTube. Mason takes the autistic test and find out how autistic he really is.
Oh,
is pretty
that's fun.
So basically, all I'll tell you is there's this test that my girlfriend took. This was like one of the main ones that the doctor. She had to take a bunch of them, but this is one of the main ones that the doctor gave her.
Yeah.
If you score a 65 or higher, that's traits of autism, and it's a scale depending on how much higher.
Got it.
I scored a perfect 65, so I'm right there.
Right.
My girlfriend is autistic, medically diagnosed, and she's a 140. Mason scored a 139. Dude, honestly, I'll send you just the link, and you have time. Watching the test is worth it. It's so funny.
When I made that Lego joke, I didn't know she was like diagnosed autistic. I'm sorry.
It's so funny. But no, it's good. No, it's. I don't know what it was, and you know what the fucked up part was is I didn't even discover this again. Like, for Christmas, she bought me the Lego Porsche, and I built that, and was like, okay, well now I have to buy more.
Yeah.
Like she's the one that like I haven't even bought expensive sets yet. The most I've spent on a set's like $100.
What are those like Death Stars and stuff? Pretty expensive.
Dude, the
Millennium
Death-
Falcon and stuff like
Dude,
that.
you can still buy it. It's like $1,100 for the original Death Star they put out, and I'm gonna buy it eventually. But that's one of those things where I'm like, once I'm actually making money,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spend my savings on that, but I will spend disposable income
Mm-hmm.
on Lego. But I'm like, so I've been buying like I'll go and like I'll buy like the little like every time I get paid I'll buy like 2 or 3 like the little minifigure boxes or it's like random minifigure. I'll get those. I've bought in a couple. I did a show that paid me really well, so I just spent that whole check on Lego.
Nice.
So I bought like a few different sets, and now
Good.
I'm like, I'm just admiring. Like my girlfriend laughs at me, and she takes pictures of me and shit of me just standing in front of my shelves, just looking.
Did you have to
at my
buy
Lego.
a new shelf?
Oh, I bought
Yeah, you
shelves.
just added one. I saw it last night.
It's awesome.
I walked in and I was like, "Do you guys have an extra shelf? Is there another one now?" Because it's just filled with Legos.
It's completely filled. I have to get more now.
How long do you like spend all week building it, or you build it in like an evening?
So
Depending on what it is.
Pops and
my
Adderall.
two biggest sets I have. I got the Porsche that was like a $200 set, and then I've got a Millennium Falcon, like not the big one, but like
Yeah.
a decent one. And that one I think was like $160. And I built both of those, and each one it took me like the Porsche took me about 4 days because there was this part where the little the instructions made it look like I put the block in the right spot, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
So it was really fucking me up for a few days. And I was like really pissed off. I was like, I can't fucking do this. I was so upset.
It was really
so
fucking
fucking
me up for a
upset.
couple days.
It was just fucking me up for a couple days, dude.
You're just like you were just
But
sitting
then I
there
bu-
after
but then I
work
built
with your like,
this.
hands on your
I-
head, looking at the.
But then I
pile.
built the Millennium Falcon. I built it in 2 days, and that's not the one I built. That one's
That's
big.
the-
That one's
that's
a
the
little more.
gargantuan
That one's a
one.
bigger one than I have.
I just don't see the why.
It's so fun.
It's the process of doing it, and then you just look at it on the shelf. Like there's no real good reason to why, but it's like it's an activity for a few days, and then you just have it to like.
It's kind of like an advanced puzzle.
Yes,
Yeah, I mean,
So that's
it's
a-
with the
3D
directions.
puzzle.
Yeah.
Just
But a
3D
puzzle you have to figure
yeah,
out.
that's a very
Puzzle you have
wow.
to figure out by yourself, which
Yeah.
would be insane. on
Oh,
some.
that's right. Yeah.
But
Puzzles
it's
don't
just
have
it's therapeutic.
instructions.
It's just like you calm down, you focus on a certain thing. You're only focusing on building the Lego, and you forget about all your worries for a little bit.
I wish
That's why I
puzzles
like
had
it.
Instructions.
Yeah.
Lego, sure.
Lego, sponsor us.
Yeah, I used to build model cars
Same
when
thing.
I was a kid, but I would always just glue the tires to it because I didn't want to take the time to make them actually spin. It was harder.
That's funny. You just miss out on just leave out a couple of parts and
Yeah.
just glue the wheels to
Yeah.
it, and they wouldn't function.
And then it was just to sit there.
Yeah.
Well, to be
you
fair-
don't want that thing rolling off a shelf anyway.
Yeah.
You
Well,
want
that's
it
the thing
to-
is, I don't believe the models, those type of models, were made to roll.
They're-
Because none of my dad's
It
did.
depended on if you bought the die cast, like if you bought the metal ones, they had like your Legos where it had the real axles
Yeah.
that would spin. But I figured that out and I was like, yeah, I don't like that. So I would buy the plastic ones, and I think that you could make the wheels spin.
Maybe as they just progressed with technology.
Yeah,
and
because
building
but I
those.
would always just glue it on.
Dude, my stepdad built those too a lot. Like those, he had like an air gun. And he would like paint them and shit. Like,
Yeah, I always was
That's really
jealous. I
cool.
always wanted the air gun, but my mom would only get me the paintbrush with the, like the little connected cups
Yeah.
of paint. And it always looked shitty. Like afterwards, it was always
because
dry.
it was all dried. It was
Yeah.
you would see your brushstrokes.
It just looked like shit.
That's why they don't hand paint cars.
Yeah, it just looked like ass every time.
You gotta have that airbrush. Were you like young when your dad modeled these cars? Were you confused that he had toys that you couldn't play with?
Oh yeah, probably a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was funny because I was like young. And we talked about this last time, I think, when we were talking about this. But like, I remember like one time, him and my mom got in a fight, and my dad probably had like over 100 model cars. Just
Oh.
yeah, and he had in our house, he had like his little man cave den. And they got in an argument. She broke every last one of them. Every
That's
last
crazy.
one of them,
That's
dude.
awesome.
Every last one of them. I remember that.
He's
like, no, not the Corvette, not the Corvette. That's a
Dude.
special edition.
That's another reason why I think I got appreciated Legos more, because I was like, in my mind as a kid, I was like, well, at least I could rebuild it. My dad couldn't rebuild it. He'd
Yeah,
just throw
those were
them
just
all away.
done.
Do you think that your girlfriend got you those Lego sets so that she has something to destroy when your relationship ends?
No, I don't think so at all.
Just
I don't
kidding.
think she even contemplates it anywhere. So
She's like, I have a way to hurt him now.
We have a very healthy, loving relationship. So be jealous of that.
What's that like, man?
It's insane.
What's that? What's love like?
Tell me what
What's it like
I took
having a girl
ketamine
that-
before I came in here.
that likes you?
Yeah.
No.
I haven't seen a lady recently. It's going pretty good.
Yeah, you just take it day by day, and
Yeah.
if it's someone you can stand to be around all the time,
Then you keep
fucking
doing it.
Keep doing it.
I'll tell you one thing. If there was ever something that I could tell someone who's like in a hot and heavy relationship right away, there's no rush in moving in with somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think she and I are going to move in. And we are like slowing it down a little bit. Like, we're going to do the boyfriend, girlfriend bullshit. But she was like, I want you to meet my friends first. So that slowed it down a little bit, which I think is good. It's
Yeah.
like, that's an understandable boundary. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah, I'll meet
Well,
your buddies before we.
Yeah, you got to meet the friends. Then, if the friends like you, then you can meet the family. Because the friends are the opinion that she really cares about.
Yeah.
But then
Right.
the family's the one that she has to care about.
Yeah.
So if her family already likes her friends, she'll introduce you to those friends. Those friends, if they like you, then she'll be like, okay, my parents would like your judgment. Possibly. I don't know.
How
I don't
long
know.
have y'all been together?
Almost 3 years now. June will be 3 years.
With like a tiny little break.
We had a
right?
2-month break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a 2-month break, like 6 months in.
Normal.
I went and did my thing and sold my oats or whatever, however you call it, and then
Gross.
Yeah, no, gross.
Don't
Went
talk
out,
about
had
your
some
oats.
fun. Went out, had some fun. And life brought us, back. Life situations happened, brought us
Yeah.
back together. We got closer, and now it is what it is.
Nice.
And
Live together?
We live together.
Yeah. And
Pregnant.
kid?
Kids
Nice.
coming.
When's that coming?
Any
about a
day
month.
now.
Any day now,
It
up to
seems
like
it.
Oh,
the
dude.
due date's like late May, early June.
Well, that's fucking
like
dope.
May
So you might have
30th
to be
to
leaving
June
the
30th.
club or something soon, huh?
I'm not leaving the club.
No, I meant not forever. I meant like you may get a text and have to fucking go because she's pooping out that baby.
yeah.
I didn't mean forever.
Oh, I've already done that a couple times because of right now, she's just she's having false contractions. So it's like
Gotcha.
I've
So
already
there's been a couple
I've already had to
scares.
leave and be like, hey guys, I have to go. And
Yeah.
everyone's cool with it. And I'm like,
Everybody kind of knows.
and
Yeah.
she's already on maternity leave from the club because she works there. So.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, she does the box office.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because
I had-
she
Is that why she used to do the phones before
No, that's Heather.
That's Heather.
Heather,
Gotcha.
she's the assistant manager now.
Okay.
But no, Chloe was. I got Chloe a job at Vulcan doing box office, just helping doing tickets for like while I was working there because I went back to Vulcan when I didn't get because when we did the auditions, I didn't get the initial call. I didn't get the initial call to be like, oh, you're one of the door guys that got picked.
Interesting.
They picked their top 15, and then 2 weeks later, I got a call because one of their top 15 didn't take the job.
Interesting.
And
You're
then-
an alternate.
Yeah, so I'm the 16th door guy.
That's cool.
So, which is cool.
That is cool. That's a cool story.
Yeah, and then but when I found out I didn't get the job, I went back to Vulcan because I was like, I need another gig, and I was also working at the gym again. So I went back to Vulcan, and and Ashley was nice enough to just give me my old job back. And then they were talking about we need some ticket people. So and Chloe, she had just like gotten off an old job, and so I brought her into Vulcan. And then I got hired, and then she was still working at Vulcan doing ticketing for like 3 weeks. And then
Wait, Chloe worked at Vulcan?
for like 3 weeks, dude.
Oh, I don't remember that.
It was
She
so
was
quick.
doing like the Dulce and Grace's job.
Yeah, it was so quick because the club opened early. They just opened, and they were kind of short-staffed on the box office because originally they were like, the door guys are going to help with box office some days. Like some days we're going to have a door guy do box office. And then the manager at the time, Curtis, was like, hey, the guy we used to bowl with, he was, I went to work on my day off. He's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, oh, I'm just waiting for my girlfriend to get done. She's doing box office at Vulcan. She'll be done in like an hour and a half because that's how the shifts aren't long. And he's like, oh, she does ticketing and box office? And I was like, yeah. He's like, does she want to work here? And I was like, probably. And he's like, we'll bring her by after a shift. And he interviewed her. And
Yo.
it was wild.
That is
Like,
wild.
I brought her over after a shift. We walk in, and Joe was in the lobby. And I was like, we were kind of like, everyone's like, it was new. So it was like, oh, Joe's in the lobby. Everyone just kind of chill, you know? And I was like, babe, oh, Joe's in the lobby. Just chill for a second. My girlfriend goes, what the fuck are you talking about? Dave Chappelle's right next to him. And I looked, I didn't even notice it was Dave Chappelle next to him.
Oh,
and he was
that's-
showing Dave like the lobby and stuff. And I was just, because I was like so excited about the job. I was like, oh, babe, just don't crowd Joe. And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Step away from the talent.
She's
Please
like,
don't approach Mr. Rogan.
She's like, Dave Chappelle's like standing right next to him. I'm like, oh, fuck.
You're like pulling a guy in front of you, like, holy shit, get in front of me so Joe Rogan doesn't see me. It's fucking Chappelle.
I'm like pulling Dave Chappelle over me. You know, like, it was really funny. And then Curtis interviewed her, liked her, gave her the job, and like she's like, then like the whole team loves her there. She's like a big part of the staff now, I guess.
That's
you know?
really fucking cool.
At least the
man.
box office, you know.
That's cool.
I once went to a brothel called the Box Office.
Yeah? What was that like?
That's a cool name.
I've
for
never
it.
been to a brothel. Where was it?
No, it was actually called Area 51, like whorehouse or something.
That's super dumb.
But
Why? Because
Box Office is
all
a
the
cool name
prostitutes
for a
were
brothel.
illegal immigrants.
You've seen it? You've been there? Because it's in Death Valley.
That's
California?
Yeah, like near Barstow. It's like when you're leaving Vegas. Oh wow!
It's definitely not in California then. It's
So
in
maybe
Nevada.
Nevada.
Like in Nevada. Yeah.
I've heard of the
So if
bunny.
you
I've heard of the Buddy Ranch, but not
so
Area
it's a cheap
51.
version. It's a knockoff version of that. It's at
Area-
this. It's
see?
a truck stop called Area 51.
It's not even a
It's a
brothel.
truck stop and brothel?
And they know,
You
but
just
there's
got
a brothel.
You got a lot lizard.
No,
That's what you
there's
Yeah,
a
you
brothel.
got-
Wait, hold on. There's a brothel. Yeah, that one. Down. That one right there. That's it.
Travel
I've been
Center
there,
and
yeah.
brothel.
I
What was
stopped
it,
there.
What was it like?
It was really like kind of like being in
It's
the
on
90s.
Visit
It's-
website. No, hit visit website.
That's
What are
so
you
funny.
doing?
It's on Travel Nevadas.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
And so you go in and
don't let the men in black hold you back. That's
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
some
what
nice
the
men.
fuck? Alien cat.
Yo, they got
so you-
merch.
Wait, can you fuck a green bit?
Well, so
We
I
gotta
went
send
in.
David Jolly here,
Dude, they got
dude.
3 titty ladies?
Dude,
Dude,
so
we gotta send David Jolly here.
I go in there though because I was like, what? I just wanted to see what
Shop
it was
online.
like
what can we
inside.
buy online from it?
Probably just random.
So this chick takes me back to the room and she's showing me a menu of what she'll do.
Oh.
And she goes, I looked in the wall and there's this cutout in the wall in this room and it's got plastic wrapped around inside this like cubby hole that's this like 6 foot by like 3 foot deep and about 3 foot tall. And you can go inside this hole in the wall, but it's padded with plastic all around it. And I go, what is that? And she goes, oh, that's the slip and slide. And I was like, what's that mean? And she goes, we both get naked and I put baby oil all over us and we just sort of roll around in there and things just slip into places.
That's
Dude,
insane.
That sounds like so much fun.
God damn it.
I would love that.
And I ended up panicking, and I went, I'm engaged. I have to go.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
They got really mad that I wasted their time.
Yeah, no shit. Any business gets mad when you window shop.
Yeah. I just wanted to see what it was like in there.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that's wild. I don't think I would have, my dick would be hard enough for it to accidentally slip in anything. I'd be anxious. Going down a fucking slip and slide?
Yeah. And you're just in a box, and you just spin around in there.
Nice.
You ever been arrested?
No, I've come close. I got pulled over and had
Sorry
close
for that
calls.
abrupt segue, but that's one of
No,
our segments
okay.
is jail tales.
So I don't know if I could even. I guess I can talk about this right before I'm.
You don't have to if
I mean, I didn't get arrested or nothing bad happened, and this is just a joke. If you're watching this, I'm kidding. Is that something?
I mean, if you didn't get arrested, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah. So before I moved here, I was
don't incriminate yourself.
I was selling some weed to open micers. Is that
Allegedly.
incriminating?
Allegedly.
And I got pulled over. And I don't think this is probably fun.
Yeah.
I got pulled over, and I had like 3 individually bagged. I don't do this anymore, but I had 3 individually bagged like eighths of weed that I was bringing to an open mic. So stupid. It was in my backpack, and I got pulled over.
Intent to distribute.
And the guy, the guy pulled me over. He was pretty nice. He was like, "Let me see your license and registration." Goes back to his car, comes back. He's like, "Hey, brother, I'm gonna let you off for the speed." And he was like, "I'll be honest with you." He's like, "I'm not really a traffic cop usually." He's like, "I'm in the crimes division." He's like, "I'm out here looking for drugs and bad guys. I don't care about a little speeding. You have a good day," and let me go. And I was just like, "Holy shit!" Because I didn't move. My backpack was just haphazardly thrown in the passenger seat. I couldn't smell it currently.
Right.
I just knew if I moved.
But
it
also
at
at that
all.
point, you're nose blind to that shit anyway.
You're right, probably.
You're
So I
so
just
nose
didn't
blind
touch
to
the
that?
backpack,
Yeah.
and he was just like, "I'm out here looking for drugs and bad guys. I don't care about a little speeding." I told
Should have
that.
been like, oh, here, it's $50.
So yeah, well, I told that story to Steve Renazizi, and he like tagged it up with. He was like, "You should have honked him on his nose and been like these drugs."
Later, loser.
That's good.
Dude, the move too, when you're like younger and doing shit like that, we would always, if we got pulled over with drugs, everybody, including myself, we would all just smoke a cigarette. But light up the cigarettes, everybody light cigarettes.
And that's like the number one giveaway to an officer.
But
too.
well, when
Was
you're
that-
18, you think it's a good
I know,
idea.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
And
so
you're also
funny.
like, he'll think we're cool.
Yeah. These are just a bunch of cool guys.
Yeah.
Going to get laid.
And that was always what we would say. We would always, he'd be like, "Where are you going?" "Oh, we're going to meet some bitches."
Yeah.
Because like a cop is a cop, but on a dude level, he's like, yeah, hell yeah, bro.
I hear you, brother. I wish
Hey,
I
brother.
could still do that. Yeah.
And
He's,
then
he's like, I got 3 blowjobs to not give speeding tickets earlier today. Get your shit, bro.
And I remember
In fact,
once,
do you fellas want to give me a blowjob?
or jail,
Or jail.
or a blowjob. I remember once we figured out that the move was to just refuse a search.
Yeah.
Because most of the time they wouldn't want to take the time to get a dog down there, so you would just say no and then hold their gaze. You just like stare at them, and they would just give up.
Man.
Worked every time.
Hold their game.
Yeah, hold the gaze. Look at them in the eye. Don't blink.
I don't know if I could do that. I'm not super. I make eye contact, but I can't like. I never hold it for long.
Well,
you
with
want
the-
to know how to win every staring contest you've ever been in?
Yes.
As long as you can resist the urge to blink, it'll work. You just stare right here. Don't look at their eyes. You just look right there. It looks like you're looking. I'm staring at you. I'm staring right here right now.
yeah.
You think we're making eye contact. I'm not looking at
Yeah,
you
I'm
at
looking
all.
right in between those eyebrows.
I'm not looking at
baby.
you at all, homie.
You're looking at my big dumb glass.
That's right. Just that bridge, dude. Just what's up with that bridge, homie? Dude, that was the key. Like, because like when I first started stand up, I was terrified to look at people. I'd look past them into the dark and just do my bit. You know, like and like in like old videos, you see me, I'm like looking up, and then eventually, like as you get more comfortable, you just bring it down.
Yeah.
And then for a long time, I would just look at people's foreheads, and they think I was looking right at them. And now I'm like comfortable to talk to the front row and have a little interaction. I'm not great at crowd work at all, but I get
I
it.
hate it so much.
But it's like I can at least like be charming, you know.
Yeah.
And that's really what you want when you're doing crowd work. Be funny, but also, I mean, if you can't be funny, be a little charming.
Yeah.
At least get them on your side to like your
it's so hard to
personality.
not be mean.
And it's hard to
no,
like.
I'm not talking about crowd work of like a heckle. I'm talking about like as in like you
just
and
trying
Yeah,
to
just
just
interacting.
do crap.
Just try and interact because that's the thing is like, a little bit will go a long way. Like
Yeah.
I have that one joke where I talk about like where I talk. I think I just or I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it soon. But I have that joke about the Grand Canyon, and like halfway through that joke, I just pick a random person in the front row and go, "What's your name?" Oh. You know why I know she was full of shit, and then I continue with the joke. I didn't do anything except ask that person's name, and then
Just
now
call
they think
and response.
Just
I
call
do a
and
lot of that
response.
too.
Yeah,
where it's
so
just
it's like
And
it's
for
very
some reason,
controlled.
they love it.
yeah.
And it makes you seem more connected.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It really. They're like, oh, this guy's cool. Like, it makes you seem like they can like come say hi to you afterwards, which a lot of times they'll come up and say, good job.
Yeah.
It's fun. I mean,
It's fun. Yeah, everybody wants a compliment.
dude, we get pets all the time. That's like sometimes,
Yeah. We do get pets, but we need more pets.
Yeah,
We're high maintenance.
Love you. That's why we hang out. That's why we hang out after the show in front of the club as people
That's
leaving.
exactly
Yeah.
like,
Just like-
I'm always pretty honest about that. If I'm in a green room, the headliner's like, all right, I'm going to go out here and fish for compliments. He's like, all right, brother.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. Derek and Hassan, they're the one that's we heard it from when we started working, and like, oh, you got to get your pets in, like what? And like the compliments, like you're getting pet like a kitty or a dog. You're getting your pets, like
Dude, I love.
And
getting-
sometimes you just like, hey, like we'll be working, and like if you close the show or like had like a late set, and be like, oh, let me do this position, or I'll yonder. Let me yonder. I need some pets. I need some self-esteem boost. I need some pets tonight.
I love that. I love pets. I've never called it pets.
Yeah,
before.
this is the first I've ever heard.
Yeah,
I get pets when I'm taking
I
trash
believe the
out.
origin, at least from where I heard it, was from Derek and Hassan.
That's hilarious. I love
also,
that.
Also, getting a crowd-facing position after doing a set and stuff is also very. Are you guys honest with each other in that regard? Like you're just like, hey, Papa wants some pets.
They'll be like, or they'll just be like, it's like because like. At least on the showcase, we'll cut like half the team, and then whoever's left, like one person will flip the room.
Yeah.
One person will flip the room. One person will, or one person usually just guard the stairs, just to make sure no one leaves the little boy and tries to run up into Fat Man. And then two people will yonder, and it's just like sometimes I'll be like, hey, let me yonder, let me do the stairs, get some pets. Like I've done it. Some people are like, I think I'm gonna do. I need the self confidence. It's just like it's not even like a bad thing. It's just like you had a good set, and you're like, I want to get some reassurance.
Yeah,
or sometimes you do it. Sometimes I've done it where I'm like, I don't know how that set went. I don't know how. I'm like the set went well. Sometimes you have a set that goes well, but you're not happy with it.
Yeah.
So then you'd be like, oh well, I don't know. It's a little bitch thing to do, but I'm like, let me see if people like it.
I mean, those pets will carry you through to the next week.
Exactly.
That's
you know what
right.
I mean? Like at
That's
least
right.
if don't get me wrong. There's been sets where I've been doing the stairs as people walk out, and no one said a single word to me, and then I'm like, fuck, and then the very last person walks in the room and goes, hey man, I enjoyed it. Like, thank you.
Right.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It may not have been the best set, but you enjoyed it. It might have been because like sometimes you're working on new stuff there.
Yep.
Like
And
I mean, I feel very fortunate. Like the situation I'm in, like it's hard to. I mean, parenting's going to be hard. Raising a child's going to be hard. But I mean, I can't tell you how many comic friends I've lost to children that have just like had kids and been like, fuck. Granted, I was in Fresno where there's no scene, there's nowhere to go with it. So
but you're in a position now where
like because like when I was back home in Fresno, all it was a hobby.
Right, but you're a working comic.
Like moving here is the first time I've ever been a working comic. Like
yes.
like actually going for it. So I just feel lucky to be in the position
That's
I'm
also
in because like I'm my time outside the club at different shows, networking is gonna be cut down, and I'm just grateful to like have the spots that I have where I'm at, and this next few months I'll just strictly stay at the Mothership only. I'll be taking a break from comedy, but I'll still be actively at the Mothership only.
Yeah.
Then once we get the hang of the baby, then I'll be back and we get the hang of our new schedule, how we're going to start working things. I think life's going to even out pretty well.
Yeah, that's fucking cool, brother, that you're at a position. Yeah, that's dope. That's cool. Full-time comedy, full-time daddy.
All right. I think we got to wrap this up. So we have one more segment. You're new to Austin.
Yes.
How long?
A year. March 5th last year.
Have you been here a year now?
Yeah.
Holy
Hell yeah,
shit,
dude.
That flew by.
How long have you known Mason?
I've known
Pretty quick.
Yeah, it was pretty quick after. Probably like maybe 9-10 months. I feel like I've known him. It had to have been like right when I got here.
Yeah, because you started barking for Lucas real quick.
Yeah, almost me. The first time I barked for Lucas was at Parish, but then like the first Vulcan show, it was probably like a month in. So I bet I've known him like 11 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite thing about him?
I like that he's super fun, but I've also seen him at work. I like that he can like he has a switch. It's like he's a very good like head door guy at Vulcan, but he's also like very like fun to hang out with. But it's like so he's like very good at both things, but it's like it's not the same Mason.
Yeah.
It's like
Not, yeah.
it's
Okay.
a switch.
Okay.
And I like that about him. I like that he's
that
very
that
good
he can get down to business. You know, he can be serious.
Yeah, I like that.
Which is a comic, like you
Yeah.
probably know the struggles. Like people hear you tell jokes on stage, so they automatically think you're not a serious person.
Yeah, they think you're silly. And Mason's like he can be silly at the appropriate times to be silly, and he can be professional and like the appropriate times to be professional.
That's a nice one.
Yeah,
That's
hell
a, that's
yeah.
a very nice
Did you like
That's
that?
the best one.
That's
Is it
probably
really?
the best one
That's
so
the best
far,
one.
dude.
Hell yeah.
All right,
Hell yeah.
cool, awesome. I really hope this next part goes well. All right, so you've known him 11 months now, and now you get to work with him, which
Yeah.
I did that. I know exactly what you're talking about, and there will be a day. There's gonna be a day where you're just gonna be like, "Fuck you, Mason," and you know you're not. You're not talking to this Mason. You're gonna be talking to Vulcan Mason.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. I worked there. I did it too. Stand up for yourself. Don't let him make you do shit because he'll do this. It'll be like something will happen right in front of him that's gross that he won't want to clean up. So he'll try and delegate it as a head door guy instead of
Yeah.
being a man just taking
Yeah.
care of it right away. And you have to call him out on that shit. So that being said, you've known him for 11 months now. What's your least favorite thing about him?
He's fucking gross.
Yes. That's the whole point of this segment is to be like, I want real honest opinions from our guests about the good qualities Mason's has.
Yeah.
Mason has. But then I give him a chance to really be 100% honest and
Yeah.
show him what people really truly think about him that he
That
needs
was
to work
fun.
on. And yeah, the general consistency of everyone is your grossest.
What have I done in front of you that's gross?
Just like your hemorrhoid jokes and just like I've never hung out with you and not found out something gnarly about you. You're just always like, yeah, my dick was gushing today. Like, Mason, what does gushing mean?
It's always about my butthole.
Yeah, it's always about your butthole. It's never
It was
about your
gushing.
dick. It was gushing. Something was gushing.
Okay.
Gushing for the pushing.
Yeah. I get that.
Something's leaking or
Yes.
smelling.
Yeah, something's itching him, hurting. It's always, it's always.
He's fucking gross.
Cool. So this will give Mason something to reflect on.
I actually love those questions. That was very funny.
Thank
That
you,
was
thank
fun.
you. Yeah, he loves his jail tale segment, and I had to come up with one. So it's awesome too. Sometimes like when it's people that are meeting Mason for the first time, because there's every once in a while like we'll have like a Mason be like, "Hey, this guy's in town. I know him. We're putting him on. I've never met him."
Yeah.
And then vice versa, be like, "Hey, we'll get you on." And Mason's never met him. You know.
Did they
so-
ever say something real bad? Or
Dude,
they
you should
like,
dude.
Mason's kind of racist.
Honest.
They
Oh, yeah. Honestly, you should. I wouldn't say watch it because it's all fucked up, but you should at least listen to the Ari Matty episode. Or at least
Yeah, the audio's there.
The
It's
audio.
good.
Okay,
Good,
okay.
yeah.
I will. Ari
Yeah.
Matty?
Ari
Yeah.
Matty. You
Okay.
listen to because we fucked up the. It's all fucked
Yeah,
up.
I
visually.
mainly listen to my podcast anyway. I don't
Hey, is
watch
this
a
on
lot.
Spotify. My
Yeah.
dad was asking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. He wants to.
It's on
know.
all audio
Do y'all
platforms.
do the full
Please
video on
subscribe.
Spotify?
No, because you'd have to switch. I have Podbean, so you have to switch to Arbor.
Yeah. I use
called Arbor?
Anchor.
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 Yeah,
that's
but
it.
now it's like Spotify for podcasts. That's what I use. And it does,
That's what I originally started when I moved here. I got on audio for a brief moment. Me and Matt had a podcast called "Playing Pussy," then
But no, the audio is on Spotify. Yes,
nice.
okay.
and Apple and Google just quit. Now it's Google to switch to something. I forget what. It's something different. But yeah, it's available there.
Nice. And my podcast is also available on Spotify and all the places you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, where can they find you?
Spooky Funtime Podcast on Instagram, at Brent Reed Comedy on Instagram, and then just look up Spooky Funtime on Spotify, YouTube, and anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Fuck yeah, guys, go subscribe to that.
Hell yeah. Which camera are we on? Tight. Nicholas_Sapaglia at everything. Check out Drinking Coffee with Nick on YouTube and Instagram. Gonna be trying to put out some more funny videos for you guys. Just trying. Other than that, have a good night.
Well, hold on. Please like, share, and subscribe to the High Noon Podcast YouTube. And May 18th and May 25th, Midnight Mass at Vulcan Gas Company. Get your tickets at vulcanatx.com. And May 24th, we're doing the first ever High Noon Showcase. So it'll be comedians that you've seen on the podcast before. Get your tickets for that, please.
Yeah,
Come
exactly.
out.
That's the only requirement to be on the lineup is you've had to come on and done our podcast. So now you're on the list, Brent.
Ooh.
So yeah,
that's fun.
we're gonna try and keep this going and make it a regular thing and
That's
try
cool.
and.
Are y'all gonna co-host every?
It'll be, I mean, yeah, it's our show, but I'm not going to like host it or anything.
Yeah.
We'll do shotgun
I
style.
love
We'll go up together and say hello to everyone and invite, and we can say hello to everybody, and I think that'd be good. We just do a nice little
Go
5
up
up
top.
top,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
fun.
bring up the first comic, and then we'll put ourselves throughout the lineup. And
Yeah.
sometimes, depending on if we want to work on longer sets, or they're all going to be 15-minute sets because it's
Fuck
going to
yeah.
be.
Yeah, we're doing less comics, more time.
Good.
Each showcase will be 6 comics. No guesties unless some crazy pops
That's
up. but
dope.
most
I
of
think
the
that's the
time-
move in Austin. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
And,
want to make it good, and we want to promote our friends that have helped us. That and
Well, thank you guys for inviting me to do this Ad Blast. This is
absolutely.
fun.
It was
Super
fun.
fun
Thanks
hang.
for coming.
Nick,
Hell
where
yeah.
can they find you?
Absurd Junk. Check it out.
Absurd Junk. Check it out.
Sweet. Thanks for listening.
Howdy,
Good night.
partner. Thanks for tuning in to High Noon with that Wile E. Coyote, Mason Smith. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe on all platforms. We'll see you next week on the Dusty Trail for more hijinks and fun.